So let's talk about the Europa League. So on Thursday, in 2 days time, Arsenal will face Austrian side Rapid Wien, and it will be an away fixture. And I thought, let me do a little bit of a preview. Let's talk about who Arsenal could potentially have in the starting lineup. And I think after that debacle of a performance on Saturday against Man City, this is sure to be a lot more of a better treat. So I thought, let me do a little research on Rapid Wien. Right now, they are second in the Austrian Bundesliga so far this season. Played 4 games, got 10 points, similar to Arsenal right now, who played 5 and have got 9. And they're in pretty good run of form as well. Haven't lost a game this season with 3 wins and a draw, but my guess is that in the Europa League they will get a loss against Arsenal. I expect Arsenal to win this game. I think that there probably will be a little bit of pushback, especially when looking at the starting lineup that I'll get into in a sec that we are going to play, but Arsenal are still very much the favourites for this game. I mean, even when you look at the Austrian Bundesliga, the only other side in the Austrian Bundesliga I've heard of is LASK, who I believe went up against Manchester United in the Europa League maybe last year or a couple years ago. And then RB Salzburg, who are known to have really good players coming through. That they do have an eye for talent. I believe Sadio Mane also came from RB Salzburg. So it's a very interesting one. I still expect Arsenal to go through, and I think the starting lineup is going to be well changed. I think Runarsson will get his debut for Arsenal in the Europa League. I think he will come in goal. I think it's about time that Bernd Leno gets a little bit of a rest. I think he's had a good game so far. Obviously, I think, like a lot of people, isn't as good as Martinez, but still a good solid goalkeeper. I'm going to go with 4 at the back, 4-3-3. I think that Arteta is going to start putting in his vision into the team, and the Europa League is a good test for that. Now, I think at right back, we are going to see Cedric. I think he will play at right back. At left back, I could see Maitland-Niles coming in at left back. And then in defense, I'm going to go with Pablo Mari. I know Pablo Mari should be now cleared to play for Arsenal. I'm going to go with him in defense, along with Rob Holding, who from my understanding took a bit of a knock before the City game, but he is said to be in lineup. I could see him starting the game, maybe not finishing it, but I could definitely see him starting that game as well. Now, in terms of the 3 players in midfield, I expect Thomas Partey to start this game. I think this is the perfect game that you put Thomas Partey in. Let him get 60 minutes under his belt of competitive football in an environment where he can actually have an effect on the game. And I do think that this is a perfect game for Thomas Partey to play, and I think he will start. I think that Joe Willock will also start in this game as well. And I'm probably going to go with Mohamed El Nene. And I think that will start in this game. On top of that, which I think is a very, very good, solid midfield that you can really build a base from our attackers, and provide our attackers as much game time as possible. So I can see in this game coming up, I'm going to go with Lacazette starting up top. I'm going to go with Reece Nelson on the right. No, I'm going to go with Reece Nelson on the left. And I'm actually going to go with Eddie Nketiah on the right. I think that, I do think that there will be some type of shoehorning of Eddie Nketiah and Lacazette in the starting lineup. I think these are two players, particularly Eddie and Laka, that do need to get games. I think it's about time that you start playing these players more regularly. I think if Laka had started on Saturday, I think I would have firmly gone with Eddie and potentially probably Saka, but I think with Saka playing the full minutes, you don't play Saka in this game. Give him the rest that's needed. He's probably going to be playing on Sunday, and this is the game that you don't play Saka. Maybe you have him on the bench, but there's no need for Saka coming on. And in particular, let's talk about some of the bench players. So I do think that there will be some returning players. I believe Callum Chambers has started training again. I wouldn't be surprised to see Callum on the bench. I would expect to see quite a lot of young players. So I think his name is Miguel Aziz. I expect him to be there. I expect to see maybe Fuller and Balogun to be there as well. We do need somebody back up there on the wings. And probably somebody else from the academy. Who knows? I expect to see definitely Mustafi. I believe he's also back. But it's going to be a pretty much a backup team with a mixture of subs, players coming back from in long-term injuries, and some young academy players. And I think the Europa League is a good chance for all of them to basically have their moment to shine. If I see Willian, Aubameyang and Pepe, I think I'm going to scream, because this isn't... I want to enjoy the game, and those three players in particular have been completely out of form. This is a chance for some of the fringe players who don't normally get a regular game time, in order to get a chance to play, and I think this is the perfect game for that. Now, you're asking me, what is the score going to be? So I've checked out Rapid Wien, and I don't mean no disrespect, and this is probably going to sound disrespectful, but they have a bunch of no-name players. I mean, let me just start sounding them out. So, where was it? Okay, players. They got a forward by the name of Kelvin Arasi, Erkan Kara, Koya Kitagawa. I mean, they've got so many players that I haven't heard of any of these players, like in any way, shape or form. And I am sure that in the Austrian league, all of these players are fine, but what they have to understand is they're coming up against the Arsenal, and yes, anything could happen in football, but Thursday night will not be that night. We've had a bad week as Arsenal fans. Let's go out there, let's get the win, and I think that the game is going to be Arsenal 3, Rapid Wien 1. I think it's going to be pretty much smooth sailing. The reason why I think Rapid Wien will score is, I'm not sure about Runnison. He is a backup goalkeeper. He's nowhere near what Martinez and Leno are capable of. He's firmly back up, and I think that probably Rapid Wien is probably his level. So I do expect, you know, Tim to have a decent performance. But this will be kind of the first game where we really get to see what is he made out of, and I'm going to be really interested in seeing how that is. So let me know your thoughts on what do you think the score is going to be. I'm going with 3-1. Maybe that's a bit too generous. Maybe your thoughts are different. Leave your thoughts in comments below. Remember to like the video, and I will see you all after the game on Thursday for my reactions on the game. Hopefully it's a win. But until then, check out some of my other videos, and I will see you all next time.